Right, okay, Rangers news today, Mark. I will read out the club statement. It is kind of lengthy, so I will do my best to get through it as quickly as I possibly can. And then I want your thoughts on it. Everyone associated with Rangers Football Club will undoubtedly have enjoyed the last fortnight with the men's first team producing some memorable results at home and abroad. Contributing enormously to these occasions has been the backing of the Rangers supporters, with the world once again taking note of the phenomenal passion the club's fans bring to these big occasions. It is, however, deeply saddening and frankly embarrassing that the club is now set to face significant sanctions for the actions of a very small minority. Firstly, the club has been charged by Uefa after a handful of supporters displayed what Uefa describe as a racist and or discriminatory, I can't say that word, ban at last Thursday's Ibrox meeting with Fenerbahce. Rangers is a modern, progressive football club, and we are fiercely proud of our diverse playing squads, workforce, and support. For the club to be charged with such a matter in 2025 is shameful, and the disdain for those responsible will be shared by the overwhelming majority of our supporters. This charge will bring consequences for the club, while the club is also working to identify those responsible and will ensure they also face consequences. For the avoidance of doubt, if you do not believe in 2025 that absolutely everyone is welcome to follow Rangers, whether at Ibrox or away, then Rangers is not the club for you. You should disassociate yourself with the club immediately. Further, the club has also been charged by UEFA for the throwing of objects at the home match with Fenerbahce. This is becoming a regular occurrence, not just at Rangers matches, but across stadia in Scotland. Indeed, our players and staff were targeted with missiles at Parkhead on Sunday. Focusing on Ibrox, however, there is a widely reported incident in the January Old Firm game, whilst at the recent game with Motherwell. One of our own supporters was hit and injured by an object thrown towards the away end, and now the club faces a sanction for the actions of an individual last Thursday night. This senseless and criminal behaviour has no place in sport nor in society. Again, if you think such behaviour is acceptable, you are not welcome at Rangers matches. The club will also face a UEFA sanction for the blocking of passageways at the Fenerbahce match. Supporters are urged to follow the advice of stewards and police at all matches and take their own seat to avoid this issue occurring again. Lastly, and despite clear warnings to the contrary, pyrotechnics were used by two individuals following Sunday's Old Firm win at Parkhead. This runs the risk of an additional 800 of our supporters being unable to attend a match in the later stages of the Premier Sports Cup at Hampden, in addition to the 500 that will already miss out as a result of the use of pyrotechnics. All of the above behaviours will have consequences for the club and either directly or indirectly the club's supporters. Rangers as a club will stand alongside our supporters and advocate for their rights and their ability to support the team in the most passionate ways possible within the confines of the law and the appropriate regulations. However, the club also calls on all reasonable supporters to wholeheartedly reject any behaviour which brings the name of Rangers into disrepute and assist the club by challenging any issues which will lead the club to be punished further by the relevant authorities. Um, Mark, that's one of the strongest statements I've heard for Rangers in a long time.
Yes, and I agree with an awful lot of it. Some bits and bobs. I think. I mean, realistically, we don't want anybody thrown in at anybody during a football match. We're there to watch football. We're there to enjoy the game. Nobody should be getting hurt at a football match at all. So for me, totally unacceptable. Um, I mean, you could pick up. We could be here all day talking about that statement because there's that much in it.
Mhm.
Pyrotechnics as well, another thing that I agree with. It looks brilliant, it really does, but I've seen some serious accidents with these, and they are very dangerous. Same again, you don't want people getting hurt. I don't care how good it looks. I think that the whole point of going to a football match is to enjoy the football, not to get burnt or fingers blown off or anything like that regarding pyrotechnics. I think that it is a very small minority that are getting involved in this kind of stuff, and I would say 99.9% of all Rangers fans are very much on the kind of same wavelength as the club regarding regarding this sort of behaviour. It's not commendable. It's not good. It's not big. It's not clever, as the saying goes. But for me, how do you stop it? It's very, very difficult to stop this. You can put sanctions here, there, and everywhere, but unless you're going to robustly search people as they go in at the ground, which we all know doesn't happen, and probably the reason being is that they've not got enough men or people to do that. They start searching people, and the last game I was at was the Thursday night game against Fenerbahce, and there was one in four guys were searching, and that was it. Everybody else just got waltzing in. So for me, that's not good enough.
Whether you agree or disagree with the Union Bears being at Ibrox or doing what they do, they certainly do bring an atmosphere to the
Yeah,
ground. They bring a lot of positivity and a lot of good to Rangers. They also bring a lot of negativity to Rangers. But it's too easy just to lump it on them, which I think a lot of people do. And Sunday it wasn't them, it was two individuals with pyrotechnics. And just quickly before you come back in, I think pyrotechnics look amazing. Right. I think at Hampden, when you've got both sets of Rangers and Celtic fans and the pyrotechnics are flowing, it looks phenomenal, right? But it's against the rules of the football in Scotland. It's against the law in Scotland to use the pyrotechnics in the stadium. And now we're going to been caused further sanctions by this, and it's going to be supporters who had nothing to do with it, Mark, that are going to miss it.
Yeah, for me, I mean, there's got to be a way of doing it safely. There's got to be a way of the club being able to do this safely. Got to be. I mean, if they can do it, they can do it off their own backs. There's got to be a way. Maybe you put things out with at the edge of the stands and stuff like that to make it safe that you can put these kind of things in it to enhance the spectacle. I mean, I know that a lot of the rugby union clubs and all that do these pyrotechnic stuffs and all that prior to the game and things like that. It looks great. It looks brilliant. So there's got to be a safe way of doing it. I think picking up on the other side of things about regarding the I think they were called, obviously referring to the woke banner thing regarding. I think that 99.9% again of all Rangers fans are very much inclusive and very much open to whoever wants to come and watch your. If you're a Rangers fan, you're a Rangers fan. Couldn't care whether you were green, red, yellow, pink or blue. You're a Rangers fan. You're a Rangers fan. You're one of us.
Mhm.
Simple as that.
Mhm.
So, and I think that most people agree with that. I think that the point was that this woke society was what they were getting at. This regarding that everything's got to be PC, and I think that's the major thing that people were getting towards. And listen, it's not just football. I think societies went mad regarding some of the stuff that, and maybe that's just me being old fashioned, but I think that some of the stuff's absolutely ridiculous. And for me, that's, I think, what they were getting at, rather than the fact that we're being racist or we don't want X, Y, and Z in our club and this and
Yeah,
that.
I
I
agree
don't
with
think
that.
that. I think it's more regarding the attitude towards things, being stupid, rather than the actual, we don't want X, Y, and Z in our club or supporting our club.
Mhm.
So for me, I think that's massively wide of the mark, their comments on that,
Yeah,
regarding that.
for me, that's free speech. For me,
Yeah.
that's free speech.
Yes.
Regardless of what your religious affiliations are, what your political affiliations are, there was nothing in that banner that said nobody's welcome in our country, nobody's welcome in Europe, and it's a touchy subject nowadays to get onto,
Very much
right?
so.
But for me, regardless of what your opinions are, it's free speech. So
Yeah.
I don't think getting pulled up for the banner, whether you thought the banner was embarrassing, it wasn't worded correctly, it looked stupid, doesn't matter. It's free speech. The pyrotechnics, but the throwing stuff on the pitch, Mark, which is my
Yes.
biggest bugbear.
Yeah,
I
massive.
can't go it. I don't understand it. We all get angry. I get angry watching football. I get angry at football games. But you know what? I can control myself and I can stop myself with throws. And look, I don't care about this. Aye, but it's not just us. No, but I don't care about any other football club. I care about Rangers Football Club. I care about our supporters being able to get to every game that they possibly can. Supporters that follow the team home, away, abroad, absolutely skin themselves, skint because they're following Rangers all over the place because that's what they want to do. And you've got idiots throwing stuff in the park. Marcus, my biggest bugbear, I can't go it, and there's no excuse for it.
100% agree with you. As I said, there's no any need for it. I thought that for long periods over a good few years, this didn't really happen, and it's starting to creep back into our game. Starting to creep back into the people think that this is acceptable to do, which is absolutely not. And I think it's probably, I think it shows how stupid these people are, because there's constantly cameras pointed at crowds now. That's just how it is. They're constantly monitoring crowds,
Mhm.
and they will pick people out of the crowds, and they will know exactly who's doing it. So it's not that, I mean, all they do is go like that, right? Where's that seat? What seat number is that? Who bought that ticket? So
Mhm.
it's no brain surgery to find these people.
Mhm.
So I think that the fact that they're that stupid, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you police it. I really don't. Same with the pyrotechnics. I don't know how you police it. And I know that the Rangers as a club are trying to do as much as they possibly can, because it's fines that they don't need. It's bad publicity that they don't need.
Mhm.
So for me, it's but the hardest thing to try to police it, and the only way that you really get that policing is self-policing, by people saying, "Here, give it a try," or "Here, hold on a minute," and people don't want to do that because it
No,
ends up confrontation. So
and I don't
no,
blame people for not wanting to do it. I don't.
no,
It shouldn't be up to it should be up to the individual people who are doing it to just think,
yes,
right,
yeah,
okay, this is going to affect the football club. This is going to
yeah,
affect the supporters. Whether you agree or you disagree with it, right now that means nothing. That doesn't matter. Your opinion on something that's not allowed is irrelevant
yeah.
because you're going to hurt the football club.
Yeah, so as I said, it's a tricky one that I don't see how you. The only way you police that is by just keeping doing what they're doing, by
Mhm.
digging the ones out that are doing it, hunt them down, and they will find them. It's as simple as that. I mean, it's just stupidity. Whether it's just a mindless act and it's a spur of the moment thing, you shouldn't have that mentality going to football. It's only a football game. I know we all get excited, we all get angry, we all get upset, and that's probably why we love the game, because you can go through every single emotion in
Mhm.
a space of a 90-minute game. So, but if you can't control yourself and you feel the need to fling stuff at people or at players, is just mad. It's just madness.
It
Maybe
is.
time to take a chill pill and maybe go and seek help elsewhere.
Rangers aren't messing about with this, it would appear. And it wouldn't surprise me if obviously the new investors have been made aware of this. And I've got a funny feeling that when you've got new investors coming in, they'll be a lot stronger on stuff like this than Douglas Park and Co.
Yeah, I would think that it would be very, very alien to the American people, regarding this kind of carry on. I think that that's just something that I don't think happens in America, and American, whether it be American football, basketball, whatever. I just don't think that that's even an issue. So I think that it'll be very alien, and I think that they will clamp down massively on it. I think they need to. I think that it's probably it's a historic issue regarding, as I said, that seems to be creeping back into our game. But I think it will be very, 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 very alien to them regarding this kind of carry on, and obviously even the likes of violence and all that kind of stuff at football matches. So I would like to think that they will clamp down even more so. But yeah, you're right. The club's not carrying it.